It's
Not that I need them, but you know.
Yeah, they don't call it IMA no more.
I think my class is about to start, guys.
Oh, sorry.
Jessica,
How's it going?
Good.
Okay, so listen, y'all. So we are going to have two. Y'all gonna have to be patient with me tonight because Michael is out of town and my mom had an event that she had to do. So it's just me and Legend by ourselves. So we gonna make it do what it do. Okay. But just letting y'all know, okay, because he is not where I could just put him still and he just like stays in one place. You guys, so are y'all cool with that? Because at first I was gonna cancel class, but I was like, nah, but he may be having a whole bunch of ad libs in the background.
He's a baby, Jess. I think
he is a
fine.
baby, Jessica.
Bring nephew on the
Anyway,
call.
yeah, I think that's normal.
Okay, all right. I'm
Bring
just
him on the
letting y'all
call.
know.
We family.
Okay.
He's trying to prep to get ready to take over this course, so give
Listen,
you a break.
that's what I'm saying. That's
Legend
what
is
I'm
going to
saying
be
right
doing
there.
this.
Just a future
Let him
trader,
be a
that's all.
baby. Let him be a baby.
Definitely, he's definitely a future trader. Okay, let me just put this in the group really quickly. Hopefully I'm oh, okay, it's in there. Hopefully he doesn't cry too much. He is teething right now, so he's definitely been more cranky than normal. Y'all, he was not making all this noise just a second ago. I was like, okay, I think it's gonna be great.
He's
Okay.
a baby.
I know, but still. So let me share my screen. Legend. Say hi, everybody.
Hey, buddy.
I love
Legend.
Hey, cutie patootie.
All right, so let me share my screen and we are going to go over a couple things in depth. I'm not going to go too deep into I'm going to finish the psychology call, but I don't feel like he's going to let me finish it to the amount of focus that I need to like really be super in tune with you guys. So I'm just going to go over where we left off in the market, and then I'm going to I am going to go where we're going right now. And then we're gonna put a rain check on the rest of the psychology call, just because I need to, you know what I'm saying? I need to be like here locked in with y'all, even though I need to be locked in with y'all on the charts too, but charts is like my second hand. So it just flows. All right. So let me share screen. And I want to pick up where we left off last week. And then I'm going to talk about where we are now and what happened this past week. Legend, wait. So, this is where we were last week, you guys. I'm gonna actually, we're gonna do our reverse moments. Actually, let me just hide these. Oh, sorry. Can y'all see my screen still? Did y'all just see my desktop?
No.
I didn't?
No.
Okay, let me hide all of these. All right, so I'm gonna hide these for now. Let's use replay and let's talk about where we were last week. So,
Yes,
We can't see
your
your
screen.
You're not sharing.
oh, what do y'all see?
You.
Oh, you don't see?
We see you.
Nothing.
We see you and
What's
Legend.
Legend fighting.
Pulling at your ears.
Yes, like his grip now is crazy. All right, so this is where we left last week. We were at this negative 61.8. Remember, we came off the beginning of last week, we were talking about all of this consolidation and trading and consolidation, so forth and so on. And where we left last week, we were at this negative 61.8. I wanted to make sure we didn't have any more divergence here. Because when we ended the call, we were like somewhere in here, right? So I wanted to make sure this wasn't a divergent structure strictly because we were at this foundation level right here where we are. Even though, of course, our negative 61.8 is our whole, don't eat this. Even though our negative 61.8 is our whole reversal level. All right. So right here, as price continues. So it was a student last week that had asked, and he said that this right here, this test break and retest looks similar to the test break and retest down here. And Malcolm had actually asked that. And then I was telling him, yeah, but make sure once price got here that we watch to see what was going to happen. Because if you look left, we had a zone that we could drag across here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then which it came to this point, and at that point, it ended up giving us a little bit of a pullback. But I want to go into price so we can really dissect this here. So right at our test breaks and retests, or right at our foundation level, this gave us our support tested as resistance here. There was also a trend line, a minor trend line that you could drag through here in regards to price. But remember, I put multiple circles on my chart where we were hold on, in the Telegram. Hold on 1 second. Can y'all see my, or you can just look at the last post that I put in the Telegram or a few posts ago. I talked about the purple is where like experienced people could have entered more so than people who like here, just because right here, this wouldn't have given us, we know we talk about making sure price pushes away and comes back. We got that push away and come back here, but it was still on a very minor structure that is here. You guys see that? And then this was still like in that consolidating area. So if you guys see, I'm gonna put this fib on top of here so you guys can see where we're in structure. So at this point, we come to this negative 61.8 here. That is where we come to this zone. And then we literally have this minor pullback to retest this structure. Everybody with me?
Yes.
All right. Now, after this point, give me a second. So this was the first level that I was talking about, just because this price could have rejected here and pushed up, but we had the point in which after price broke through, and this is where I talk about that we have to literally pay attention to what's happening as it's forming. Because even though, again, that was the perfect entry for that buy, we have to make sure we have confirmations first. So our confirmation for the sell, again, was the minor here, and then we have these. Legend. Then we have these retests of this structure here. At the point in which we have that, you would just, and remember, I only adjust my fib structure. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna stand up. Give me 1 second. It's super hard to do this with a baby and make sure I'm staying focused. So bear with me. Okay. So right here, this breaks retest here. We didn't have confirmation for where we were going up until, like, we knew possibilities. So remember, we talk about trading what you see, not what you think. So remember when he asked me, I was like, yeah, but you want to make sure we fall through that first zone first. That first zone was literally here to here, right? So you know how when I talk about trading in sections and not like, because especially since we had just broken out that consolidation, yeah, we knew the sell was coming because of the negative 61.8, but it's very important to wait on our confirmations. And I'm gonna keep preaching confirmations to you guys because confirmations are key and essential in trading, so that, again, remember, your number one rule in trading is to protect your equity. All right. So after we have this structure here formed, this right here hitting this negative 61.8. So again, our negative 61.8 are our reversal levels. And remember, we're still in a minor structure area here, but this is the major test break and retest for this area here, which was basically when he had asked, he was like, it looks like the exact same thing as the one that we had talked to from the left. All right, so this here. Now, this is the exact same thing that he had asked over here to the left, where we had the test break and retest of this same structure here. Is everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, again, the more experience you have, oops, I did that the wrong color. The more experience you have, the more you'll be able to take advantage of this as it's happening. Like, a lot of my other students, but I want to make sure, like on Sunday night calls, of course, I'm teaching for a wide range of people. So I want to make sure everybody understands how to like maneuver off of these situations, so forth and so on. And then at this point right here, where we have this negative 61.8, this was the retest for your major structure of the highs that were broken to the left. And if we put this on the 1 hour, we ended up having like an engulfing candle here. Remember, an engulfing candle is just, you could fit the previous candle inside of that longer overall candle. So if we look at our structure, we talk about engulfing candles, we talk about exhaustion, we talk about momentum, so forth and so on. We literally had this structure here, which was this engulfing pattern leading to our net structure that we're going to be going over. Let me just exit out of replay for a second so I could talk about where we were. Yes, delete that. But mind you, that whole cell here, we had got, I think it was like 7 pips from this. Ooh, legend, keep moving foot. All right, 75 pips from that. And mind you, that's a great trade in trading. But if you are not able to catch that entry, like let's say you missed the sell, because the sell was really the only thing we talked about on last call. Remember, because we didn't know that we were going to break out of our consolidating area, right? Remember about 2 weeks ago, I talked about the overall buy that was coming. Because I mean, it was kind of obvious that it would be happening soon, but I wanted to make sure that you guys, he just pulled his diaper. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Like I'm talking about, he be at everything. And now he's at the point where like when I'm changing him, yo, he be grabbing his manhood while I'm changing him. I be having to make sure his hands don't get in poop. Like I'm talking about, it was before, like before he just used to stay still. Like now he is an explorer, okay? An explorer. He be everywhere trying to flip off the changing table, everything. So I have to like watch
He's
him.
a boy.
Listen,
Welcome.
listen. He agreed, okay? He agreed. But so we knew the buy was coming at some point, right? But like I talk about in trading, you don't know when it's gonna happen, right? We know it's gonna happen, but the question is when. So that's what all our confirmations are for. That's what all of our literally everything that we've been prepping and equipped for. Like we're basically literally, like I talk about, y'all know how like on the last call, when I talk about like training for the Olympics or whatever, you have to, before you get in a fight or whatever, you have to prep for that fight. You can't just walk in the ring just completely without your tools and without being prepared. That's literally the exact thing in the market. So we know what we're looking for, like even when the guy last week on his trade, when I said like basically trade what you see, not what you think, we could think this is gonna happen all day long, but we don't execute until, hold on, guys. We don't execute until we have our confirmations. Okay,
I have a quick question on that entry, Jess.
yes,
So
one down
kind
here.
of where you yeah, where your blue box is, I think. Yeah, on the 15-minute, yeah. So we're like a little bit past the -61, but we look left, we have all of the wicks. So is that kind of your confirmation that it's now time, like the momentum has slowed down?
Well,
it's
this is the
kind of-
thing, you still at this point wouldn't have known that it was going as far high as it did. Hold on one second. You
Okay.
still wouldn't have known how far it was gonna go. That would have just
Oh,
been
well, a little bit more to the left, like your entry, where your blue box is. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what, no. You still wouldn't have known how high it was gonna go at that point. The only thing you would have known is that you're getting in a buy and you would have looked at it to the net zone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I mean, like, because you know how we were kind of falling, we know we're coming to our -61. I guess my issue is that I'm usually right, but it's like, when is that momentum finished? So I know last week we were kind of talking about how we're looking for the wicks. I know we have the wicks to the left, and then that candle right before that engulfing, it has a wick, but it's a little short. So I'm just trying to understand your mindset of when you're pressing the button for your buy. I know we're waiting for this area.
Oh, but what
just
I'm
when to pull
saying
the
is
trigger.
here, at this point, the only thing you know at this point is that you literally have a level of resistance that's turned support. Does that make sense? So you know that a bounce will be right here, but you don't know how high it's going up. So your buy would be on this bounce just literally from looking left. Does that make sense? But you still don't know how high price will go up. Like if I was trading this and not looking at it at all, literally my buy would have just been to here, 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 because that's that next point. Does that make sense? It's not until we have those big engulfing candles that like, okay, we're going further and further. And then you get to the point where you put your stop loss and profit, so forth and so on. But here would have just been your entry just strictly based off of this. But remember, I told you guys though, remember how I told you guys, like, what did I tell you guys about the boxes as a whole? The more experienced you are, you'll be able to see it. Does that make sense? Because those become like, that's why I don't necessarily teach it fully in the course, because it's so much practice that like has to go into it. Legend. It's so much practice that has to go into it that I don't teach that in the course strictly because it's like, if I put that out and just said, oh, enter off of this, you would be doing it on minor structure, major structure. And then it's like, some people would be losing trades left and right. Like, because it's like, you have to really like be experienced in the market to be able to grasp. And it's literally just from those strong levels of support and resistances. Does that make sense? Now I go over it multiple times on Sunday night calls. So if you guys keep rewatching and just practicing, but when it comes to the course, my whole goal in teaching you guys is literally, the whole goal of the course is to make you money. So where I know you can easily get faked out on test breaks and retests, there isn't much faking out that happens from a trend line break and retest. Does that make sense? So I teach the one that's the most, that you'll have the most consistent success with. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But as you guys keep practicing and getting experience and more, like I have a whole bunch of students that messaged me and was like, oh, I caught that, or where Malcolm was able to foresee it and was like, yo, like this looked just like the one that you broke down there. But it's like, I don't want everybody doing this because everybody doesn't have the eyes to see this. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But if you just look left, like literally the same structure, Do you see how even if we look left here, all of this was resistance all through here? Like this is literally just understanding the market, right? All of this was resistance just all through here. So I know when price comes back to it, it's going to retest as support. Like that's just, when you have experience in the market, you just know that. Like if I get that test, if I get that retest, I know I'm not just about to, like, we know that we wasn't just about to fall through here. Does that make sense? We know we weren't just about to literally come and just keep falling here. Because even if we came here, where I said my point would have been, we could have came here and then we could have possibly fallen some more. But we don't know that until price tells us that. Does that make sense? So like, even with him, when I said, okay, yeah, but don't like, you know what I'm saying? Don't think too ahead, because you want to like, my whole goal in teaching you guys is to literally dot your I's and cross your T's so you have the consistency. Like even Michael, one time when we first started dating, he was like, how don't you lose these trades? Like, I don't understand. And I'm like, because I don't take trades that I'm not sure about. And that's how I'm teaching you guys. You don't take anything you're not sure about by literally trading what you see, not what you think. Even when we talked about last week, feelings will get you caught up. It's your brain is knowing what you know and literally performing based off of the rules. Does that make sense? Like it's literally a rule that we do not enter until we have a retest of structure. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So at that point, again,
Yes.
look left for your question. Like if we look left, now mind you, we're still in, before we ever had that full out breakthrough, we were still, if you look in this structure, in consolidating structure. Remember, we were consolidating all through this point. Now we had a breakout up here, then we consolidated like 2-3 weeks ago, whenever that was, then we fell strong, then we had a push back up, then we consolidated the week before last, all through here. So again, at the point at which we had this break up, right? And mind you, this is still a minor structure in the grand scheme of things, right? Remember, our major structure is the one that I posted on y'all's YouTube, where, and I don't want to go to the higher time frame right now on this chart, because it's literally going to be like, people I already know gonna be like, what is that? Like, because it's so many, y'all know, the more fibs you have on minor structure, when you get to a major structure, it just looks all jumbled together. But that major structure, actually, let me just find it. Give me a second. Oh, I posted it in y'all's Telegram, right? Let me just pull that up. What you talking about, man? All right. So that main structure is, let me share screen. Can y'all see my screen?
Not yet.
Dang it. Sorry, I got too many windows open. Zoom, there we go. Zoom. Okay, that main structure is here. Do y'all see that? Oh, actually, what, hold on. You know what I just do? I'll just dodge up there. Why didn't you think of that? I'm going to share. Just gonna go to a different broker. Oh, it's still on here. Great. Okay, that main structure is here. This is GU without all of the minor structure that we have all through here. But this is literally your exact course. Like this is your second assignment, where we talk about like literally the overall main structure, but how so many people lose trades because you can see this main structure going up, but like no different than all the trades we've taken in the meantime, like if we said, oh, price is going up right here and we entered a buy right here and this literally fell for 345 pips, your account will be gone. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's very important. Yeah, we could see this, but like seeing this. Ooh, hold on. I know that's so terrible for the eyes to see. 1 second. Here. Seeing this, oh, wait, hold on. Seeing this is what's your everyday money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, again, at this point here, to the young lady's point, where she said, okay, well, how do I know I would have just entered into that? Like, none of us knew that that big buy was about to happen this week, the way it did. But your structure and being able, like, first off, here we got, this big engulfing on literally the 4 hour as well as the 1 hour. So we know like buyers are in the building, right? But then, imagine you are pulling my hair and it hurts really bad. But then on our minor structure, Legend, don't touch. On our minor structure here, right? We have our ascending and we just literally kept pushing up and up and up. This would have been one of those ones again, that like your safest bet, even though it continued to go up super high, your safest bet would have just been to push to this point because you did not know at the point in which this was forming. Sorry, y'all, Legend keep trying to touch my mouse pad. At the point in which this was forming, you did not know at that point that this wouldn't have reached here and then literally shot back down. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But the cell,
Yes.
the cell where the yellow is clear, and the buy where this blue is clear at that point. Now, as price continued and we reached higher highs, your net safe entry would have been here, which again is the same concept, but you have your test, break and retest with all of this bullish momentum, like all through here structure. Legend. Now, this would have been, again, you would draw the same thing that you drew to the left, green, red, blue here in regards to your structure. This would have been your net safe entry. All right. And then as price continue, we literally just had an ascension of our, let me see if I can just, we just reached that -27 on our major. I'm gonna show y'all this real quick. All right, now, we just reached this -27, but we pushed to this foundation level. So we have a foundation level that's literally right above this structure. Now, where we are, because we are at a foundation level, we already were consolidated on Friday, like this structure broken down. And remember, like after we have those big pushes, you can really just expect consolidation for a little bit. This was nothing more than, again, the exact same thing that we've been going through and like over and over and over. You have your trend line breaking retest over there, then you have the higher one. This again is the exact same thing in your course for after that big push, like just where we are now going into basically today, or I'm sorry. All right, going into today. Sorry, y'all. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Take your time.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna hurry up and wrap this up, but here, this is the exact Legend. 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all.
You're good,
It's
Jess.
okay.
It's super stressful. I mean, my baby's not stressful, but doing the call and taking care of the baby at the same time is stressful, okay?
We
But-
barely hear him.
Okay, so here, this was that first point. Now, after you have this minor break and retest, this was the second point to the zone. Then again, y'all know my minor structure. I always adjust the fit. So we're at our negative 27 on this minor structure. This is what I want to see for now. Legend, 1 second, please. We kind of have a somewhat of a trend here. Let me see something real quick. Because I didn't have a time. I didn't have. Legend.
Do you have to pull that fib down more?
What you mean?
The
No.
bottom is sitting on 27%.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Yes, it's supposed to be here.
0.
Sorry. Okay, so yes, this is supposed to be here. So look, so this is what I'm looking for. I want to see, to start off with, I want to see this minor. I want to see, well, it's sitting on this trend line, so I might even be speaking too forward right now. I want to see this push up to here, to the actual trend line. Hold on. Let's zoom all the way in on this structure, so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. So we're literally sitting on this trend line right now, right? I want to see it push to here. Then we can actually just say this is minor resistance, but this is very minor, y'all. Like, we are literally in a minor area. Okay, so remember, minor structure can easily be broken, and I'm probably forcing this as an analysis for you guys, just because so much has happened this week. So, but where we are right here now, this sell will literally be once this trend line breaks and retests. Does that make sense? But where we are right now, we're consolidating. So it's like, I can't really give you guys when the sale is going to happen. Like, this is one where, again, we always have to pay attention to our structure. Because mind you, again, this is very minor that we have going on right here. Does that make sense? And what you don't want is for do not hop in no sale too soon or nothing, because you don't want to you want to make sure this doesn't push back up to the highs of this. But where I just drew this black trend line at the top, like literally I'm showing y'all this trading and consolidating structure, because right now we're in a consolidating structure. Does that make sense? So
Yes.
here, look to see if this is going to push here. But again, we're sitting on this trend line. We don't really have a break of the trend line. Also, this negative 27 hasn't been touched. Yeah, from the adjustment. Thank you, whoever just caught that, because I didn't even see that. But this negative 27 hasn't been touched, but we pushed down to the trend line. So the only verified thing is this push. Y'all see these trend line points that I have? Oh, let me adjust this.
Yes.
We're sitting on this trend line. So I don't want to speak too far, because we don't have no breakaway. We don't really have nothing. We're literally sitting on this structure. Y'all see this?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Kind of look to see. I know I say this sometimes often. Y'all remember we used to have class on Monday nights, because like we'll usually have our setup, and then I changed it to Sundays because the market has shifted, and it's like all of our setups were literally at Friday, so we could literally like have everything set out for what we're gonna trade. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Are you okay? He just hit his head with a rattle. Y'all know how you the babies with the rattle, they be rattling, and he just hit straight on his face. Lord Jesus. Y'all know he light skinned. Please don't turn red. Okay. I want to see this retest this first before I. Legend. Hold on one second. Sorry, it's hard to do this both. You guys. And I want to make sure I'm not forcing nothing and giving y'all the right thing. Let me see. Where's my. Yeah, I want to. The only thing that got me a little bit iffy right now is the fact that this -27 hasn't been touched. And again, remember, we're in minor structure. Liz, you on this call? Or any of my people, Malik, you on here? Malik, anybody? Mike, somebody?
What's up?
Nobody of my OGs on this call.
What's up, Jess?
Who said that? Mike?
Yeah,
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. He's calmed down now, so it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna end the call, you guys. Oh no, I did not mean to click that. I'm gonna end the call, you guys, but where we are, again, just wait. Like, we're on this trend line, so it's really a stretch. I want to see like how this reacts, because this isn't no break. We're sitting here, but it's also like because we have this support here. I want to see if this pushes to here as well because of this trend line being here. So look for that next. How this reacts, how this reacts once it gets to this zone and this trend line here will let you know if we're going to come all the way to the top or literally break below and push further down. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Yes,
It makes sense.
Are y'all sure? Because I feel like this is such a terrible context.
You're doing fine, Jess.
Makes a lot of sense.
It's okay, Jess.
Listen,
Great
my
multitasking.
anxiety, because I'm like, I need the call to be good, but I'm like, yo, like, I feel like this recording, I know how I am when I watch people's Zooms or when I watch like just calls in general. If it's a whole bunch of background noise, I get super annoyed. So I pray that like this on YouTube does not be annoying for anybody watching a rerun, okay?
Oh, absolutely not. We appreciate it.
Yeah. I didn't want to cancel. I was literally so close to being like, hey, y'all, like, I ain't got no help tonight. So we're going to have to 86 it. But yes. So this is my analysis. My analysis is that the market isn't super clear to give a definitive right now, this is what this is going to do. However, I'm leaning towards this sitting on this trend line here is giving me like, okay, this retesting here, but remember, this is minor structure and it already retested the lower wicks. So I want to see what's going to be respected because you see how here we have these wicks at the low.
Mhm.
This, I want to see what's the most respected because sometimes we have our wicks, like, remember our wicks are literally, this goes back to y'all's course, the very basics part. The open, close, and the high and the low of structure. So this is how low price pushed here, how low price pushed here, which means it's still valuable. Like I know sometimes people use trend lines and they don't like using wicks. I always use wicks on my trend lines just because, legend, please, ouch, y'all. I be having to wear these braids in a bun because he yanks so much now. And I'm talking about edges gonna be gone, okay? But because this came here, like I just want to see, I want to see it and make sure that's not going to be the only one to be respected. And then if not, I want to see it push here. After it pushes here, again, look to see if you have momentum or a little bit of exhaustion. That momentum will lead to you going higher. Look to see these, this will be your next point here. and then the high point. But if we have our break, then our break and retest will literally be clear and evident, okay? Shh.
Yes.
All right, you guys. All right, say
God
good night.
bless you. Thank you so much.
Bye. All right.
Yes.
Good night, Judge.
Your Monday night call for course students is uploaded on YouTube. I'm gonna drop the link in y'all's Facebook group, so that's up and uploaded. I want to shout out y'all's classmate Rebecca. We'll talk about that. I was gonna do it on the psychology call, but I'll just do it. We're gonna have the extension of your psychology call on Monday. No.
Sunday.
Yes, Sunday. The rest of y'all psychology call, yes. And then there was one more thing I wanted to tell y'all. Dang, I'll write it in the chat because I don't remember. Oh, let me ask you, how many people thank God for waking them up this morning though? Did anybody practice gratitude?
Amen.
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 Okay, so remember last week when I talked about perspective and stuff, the gratitude is very important. Making sure y'all practice y'all gratitude because your thought process in trading, you got to be on a good frequency and energy and like, you know, a whole like aura, okay, to be able to receive the abundance that God has for y'all. Yes, yes, okay.
Yes.
Dang, man, what else did I want to say? Legend.
Jess, may I say something?
Yeah.
Jess, I really appreciate you could have easily put off this call and rightfully for the, you being with Legend. And I want to say thank you. Talk about gratitude.
Aw.
I cannot even express the mere fact that you're multitasking and so forth. Please, going forward, I think I can speak for the group. We don't care, to be honest. It's just like,
So true.
Feed me. You see what I mean? Feed me. I'm here to get fed. So whatever you have to do, we will show up. And thank you. Thank you so much.
From all of us.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, y'all know, I feel like my old self, okay? So y'all know my old self. I used to never cancel on birthdays, nothing. I used to be up doing them Zoom calls. So Legend ain't gonna stop no show. The only thing that stopped the show was when I was sick real bad when I was pregnant. Then I had postpartum for a little bit, but now, you know what I'm saying? We good, okay? My hormones back regulated. I'm good. And we about to get this money, okay?
Amen.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Say bye-bye.
Bye, Legend.
Bye, Legend.
Legend.
Bye, Legend.
Legend, take care, Mom, Legend.
All right, nephew.
Come on.
Bye.
Come on.
Bye, Legend.
We working on bye. It's
He almost did it.
slowly. No. Okay.